children, I will be reading the story of Kaki the Cactus for you today. Kaki is a very old cactus. She has been living in the Peer family's yard for quite a while. She stands right next to the fence, close to the big house. This is how she sees what happens both on the street and in the yard, as well as some of what happens inside the house. Kaki has seen so much. She has been living there on T Street since being a baby cactus. T Street is a long and busy street where a lot of families with lots of children live. The Peers are a Dutch family with 3 children, 2 boys and a girl in the middle. They also have 2 dogs, 3 cats, and a parrot, as well as many plants. Oh, it is so much fun when the family is home. The aroma of coffee and freshly baked bread often fills the yard. Not so long ago, it was the girls' birthday party. The house was nicely decorated with balloons. Many nicely dressed children brought presents. The children sang around the cake, and the little girl opened her presents. They played games in the yard, drank, and ate snacks. It was so much fun. Kaki also remembers another party. A Chinese family was living in the house at that time. They kept busy the entire day. Guests walked in and out of the house while the delicious smell of food filled the yard. Then one day, many Chinese people came together in the yard. They came to make a big dragon out of colored paper and pieces of cloth. It became a huge dragon. They spoke to each other in a strange language. After a few days, they had a party with lots of fireworks, so noisy. In the afternoon, there was a parade on the street. The Chinese family paraded their dragon. Kaki observed with interest everything happening around her. The parade was beautiful, but the Chinese family's dragon was the nicest. Kaki still remembers another parade, or actually a procession. This took place when a Surinamese family was living in the house. A father, a mother, with 2 girls and a grandpa. Early one morning, Kaki heard an agonizing scream coming from inside the house. A doctor came, and not much later an ambulance arrived at the house. Grandpa was whisked away in the ambulance. The following days were very busy in the yard. A lot of people came. They cried, sang, and lighted candles all over the house. One afternoon, a week later, while the yard was filled with people dressed in black and white, a big black car came carrying a big long box. After the lid came off, we could see Grandpa. He looked so peaceful and asleep. The mourners gathered around the casket to cry and sing some more. A little later, they closed the casket again, and what was that? Some men carried the casket outside and started dancing while holding the casket. Everyone was happily singing and threw flowers on the casket. They were dancing. The casket went up and down along with the rhythm. Once again, the casket went into the black car, and the people walked in a long procession behind the car as it slowly rode away. Kaki is already a pretty old cactus, but she can still remember how she came to live in this yard. The house was newly built by a young Bonairean family with a little girl. One day, the young woman carefully picked little Kaki up from the other cactus plants. She was planted in a little pot and sat in the veranda to soak in the sun. Kaki loved it and grew really fast. Soon she was too big for the pot. The young woman then made a hole in the yard right next to the fence and placed Kaki there. Kaki enjoyed living there and grew into a big cactus. Kaki found the little girl so nice. She watered Kaki every day. Then one day she looked really funny. It was carnival. The radio played beautiful, happy music every day. Early one morning, the family got all dressed up. The little girl looked so cute in her little clown outfit with her big shoes and curly blonde wig tied with 2 bows. She had pink cheeks and a big red mouth. Kaki loved it. In the afternoon, Kaki saw her little clown dancing in the children's carnival. A year later, Kaki saw a big pickup truck with big empty boxes. Everything in the house was placed inside the boxes. The process lasted a few days. Many people came by to see the family because they were moving to another faraway land. Then, at last, both the boxes and the family got into the truck and the house became empty and quiet. Kaki was very sad and lonely. Fortunately, it rained occasionally so that little Kaki could get some water. But the house stayed empty, so Kaki thought of a plan. She stood tall and proud while showing off her pink flowers. Everyone complimented the cactus. The yard immediately looked nicer as well. That is how, one day, a woman with her 2 boys walked up to the fence, looked first at Kaki and then at the house. She walked right into the yard and looked through one of the windows. She then wrote something down. A few weeks later, a pickup truck stopped in front of the house and out came the woman and her 2 boys along with lots of stuff. Everything was moved into the house. Many Dominicans came to clean the house. Kaki saw them bring a large barber's chair into the living room, hang a long mirror, and put a small cupboard. Many people came by to get a haircut. Every Saturday night, there was a party with bachata music, food, and drinks. They partied late into the night. There were times Kaki got showered with beer, and other times even the bottle thrown at her. But she didn't mind it. She was glad to have people around her. From then on, Kaki was never alone. As soon as she saw the people packing, she'd stand tall and show her beautiful flowers. Everyone would stop to admire her. Not long after that, there would be people living in the house again. Thank you for listening and see you next time. Bye.